is a good example. Guys, go through this and practice this because it touches on one of the most important topic in finance, the future value for money, right? Okay, so you have an example here. I've provided you this example. But one thing that is to understand, you're not going to understand anything of what we've just spoken about if you do not understand the difference between the nominal rate and the effective rate. So if we have to take the compounding period, we need to use this formula to find the effective rate. All right? So this is quite a formula, and there are plenty of examples for you to practice on this formula. Why? It's going to be in your exam. It's gonna be in your exam. It has always been in all the exams, and it's always going to be in all the exams, right? So, but you need to practice this. So please practice it. This formula, very important. Use it to find the effective interest rate. Okay, they will provide you, for example, a couple of banks. They say this bank compound its interest daily, quarterly, annually. How do you calculate the effective rate for that company? So that's basically it. That's where I'm going to leave you. We are 3 minutes over the time that we agreed on. But has anyone done some calculations on the effective rate? Let me see what I have here. Basetswana, Esther, did you try some calculations on the effective rate? Not yet. Esther? Oh, sorry, that was Esther, right? Basetswana? Oh, you're still a bit unclear. All right. Remember, this formula is very important. Go again through the formula. What I would suggest to you is take an example. Once you do, for example, you manage to calculate, especially here where I provide, the formula is quite straightforward. And if you use the formula, you always get it right. Okay. So this formula definitely will never fail you. Let me see again here. All right. So this formula will definitely never fail you. Here is the formula. So I'm going to write it again here. And that will be the end of our session. But Basetswana, you are definitely welcome. So the effective annual rate. So that's what we call it. Effective annual rate. We're going to start by putting this actually in brackets, not parentheses. I'm going to put it in brackets. This one. So we take, remember they coach you. They say, we're going to give you 12% annually, but you need to find out, or they say 12% monthly. What is 12% monthly means on an annual basis? That's what they mean. 12% compounded monthly. Every single month you are getting interest. That's what they mean. Compounded means that every single month if it's compounded monthly, every single month you are getting interest. If it's semi-annually, it means that after 6 months you are getting interest. So twice a year you are getting interest. If it's weekly, it means that every single week your investment is generating interest. If it's daily, it means that every single day your investment is generating interest. So you need to take 1 plus, now in parentheses here, let me just drag this in parentheses here, the quoted nominal rate. So if they say 12%, you must put the quoted nominal rate. So they give you the quoted nominal rate divided by M. M is the number of periods. So if it is monthly, it means that there is 12 months to get a year. Monthly, the number of period is 12. Quarterly, it means that the number of period is what? Wonderful. Okay, we understand now. All right. So this is the number of periods for the compound. You need to multiply by M. So this is quite important, very important. And then you need to close the bracket and then minus 1. Okay, let me now use an example. They say monthly. So they quote 12% to you or 10% compounded monthly. Compounded. I'm going very slowly for all of you who are going through this recording. Compounded monthly. And I'm going even overboard, over time, to explain to you this compounded monthly. How are you going to calculate it? This is how you're going to calculate it. You start by 1 plus 10% in decimal is 0.1. 10%. 10 divided by 100. As a decimal, it's 0.1. Do we agree? Perfect. 0.1 divided by 12. It's compounded monthly. It's divided by 12. Right? And we are going to multiply. Look here. Very clear. Sorry, we are going to multiply this one. My bad. Excuse for me. The M must be outside this. So the M is here. The M is after the bracket. So in the parentheses here, we're just going to do, and then the rest will be in bracket, right? This will be in bracket. Bracket. Multiply by 12. Sorry, I don't know why. Just bear with me if you are watching. Let me make it bigger. 12. Minus 1. All right. So now here is the calculation now. I want you to calculate this one divided by 12. I'm going to drag it here so that you can see. Use your calculators, please. 1 divided by 12. All right. So once I found that, plus 1. There it is. Do you see that? Plus 1. To the power. How do you do the power? to the power of 12. I'm going to copy this. Look on your calculator, you will see this. So if you are on your calculator there, you will see this. That's the power. Do you see that? It does that thing there to say to the power. To the power of 12. Look at this one. X to the power of Y. You need to use that. And it provides you this number. All right? Is that clear? Minus now this one. We must minus. Once we find that, we must minus by 1. So you are following the formula. The formula guides you. I like that. I like that. Now you must, to get the percentage, remember it is a decimal. To get the percentage, you must multiply by 100 to get the percentage. So it's 10. Remember that decimal, multiply it. So now remember always to have that two decimals. So it's 10 comma. So the answer is 10 comma, no, not comma 5. That's one decimal. Comma 5 is only one decimal. It's 10 comma 47. All right. So we know that this is the effective annual rate. Remember, they quoted us a rate of 10%. But the effective 10% compounded monthly. But the effective rate is a bit higher. It's 10.45%. So a bit higher. Now imagine where you are borrowing money. They say, oh, you're just gonna pay us 10% compounded monthly. The reality is that the effective rate is that you're gonna be paying higher. Do you get it now? So all of you who are watching this class, remember that's the difference. That's why we calculate the effective annual rate. The effective annual rate. So that's the reason why, for example, when the bank want to borrow you money, they will quote the nominal rate. But you must be able to calculate the effective annual rate to know exactly what you're going to be paying. Do you understand now? Is this clear? Basitwana, Esther, is this clear? Wonderful. So guys, then this formula, please practice it. Now you can see this is the formula, super clear, practice it. And that's basically what we're going to be asking you in the exam. Is we provide you different banks. We say you're going to go borrow money from different banks. Bank A quotes you a nominal rate of so and so compounded like this. This bank quote you this rate compounded this way. So you need to be able to put the effective annual rate for those banks so that you can compare. And obviously, if you are borrowing money, you want to decrease, you want the lowest interest rate possible, right? So you're going to select the lowest, right? After you calculate the effective interest rate. But if you are the one lending money, you would like to get more money, right? So your interest rate should be maximized. But if you are borrowing money, your interest rate should be minimized. So you want to pay less, but you want to get more. That's for you finance. That's for you the rationale, the logic of finance. You want to maximize your returns, you want to minimize your cost. That's for you for this session. Thank you so much for staying, but I had to take this one because I saw that some of you could struggle with this. So we took 15 minutes more, but I think it's worth it. All of you are going to go through this recording. Make sure you understand this part very clearly. Okay, guys, that's it for me. So wishing you the best.